Okay, so there's a couple people in my last video looking for settings, as well as people reaching out on Discord, and I actually helped somebody yesterday, or the day of the video, with their settings, and they doubled them. So I really just want to make sure I can pretty much help anybody, because it was like a simple 3 to 4 settings that I changed, and the performance boost was like insane. They're getting 60 to 40, no, not 60 to 40, 60 to 70 FPS on ground zero. And then I changed their settings, and then we went to raid with them, and they were getting about 150 max, and like average maybe 120. But yeah, so maybe this can help. It's very simple, but it's pretty much all you need for the in-game settings to get your max performance. It's not too hard to do. It's very simple. Okay, so we're gonna go to the games tab. Right here, you always want to have the RAM cleaner enabled. Tarkov is known to have RAM leaks, so it's always good to have RAM cleaner enabled. Pretty much every time you hit escape in game, I think if you also hit it in your stash, it'll clean your RAM out and make sure it's running smooth. The only physical cores, it's only enabled if you have the RAM cleaner enabled for some CPUs, but it says slightly reduces FPS. For some people, it boosted them in previous wipes. This doesn't really do anything. I can show you guys later what I did to test everything out. I do this every single wipe just to make sure I have the best performance. It only takes like a couple hours to do. Everything else you always want to have time. It's like personal preference, or you want to turn this off so you have good performance inside your hideout. Graphics, first big one, borderless. The full screen is poorly optimized. It has been for pretty much all of Tarkov. That was the one setting that they had on, person that I helped. And something interesting is that their game crashed every time they tried to go to borderless. They were on 2K, and what they ended up doing is they went down to 1080p, and then went to borderless, and then went back up to 2K, and then, or 1440p, and then it helped them. It allowed them to get to borderless, which is weird. I don't know why that worked. The texture quality, have it on low, shadows low. The LOD quality and the overall visibility, I have 2 and 40 or 2 and 400. If you prefer seeing things in the distance, you can turn this up. I know that if you turn this to like 1500 or 1000, basically what I got out of it from like research is you'll pick up different things on the ground at like 1000. So like if 50 meters in front of you, there's like a trash pile, and you have it on 1000, it'll load in, or above, it'll load in. But if you have it on 400, it won't load in. If somebody's hiding behind a trash pile, why would I want to? why would I want to see the trash pile? It's for performance and for like an advantage, right? Everything else I have off and low. Quads quality all or low. Destroys FPS, anti-aliasing. I have this on off. I used to play it on TAA high. I think it dropped my frames by like 10 to 20 FPS, around there. So I just have it off, and my game looks completely fine. Nvidia DLSS. So this doesn't really do anything. Same with like AMD FSR. Both of these, they don't really do anything. Like, they just make your game look worse, and you get the same FPS if you like had them on. So I have all of these off. Yeah, it says significantly increases performance, but it's just not true. Resampling. It doesn't really do anything FPS. I've gone on to 0.5, and maybe I'll get like a 5 FPS boost, 10 FPS boost, but then the game just looks terrible and you can't really see anything, so I just have this at 1x, and it's not that big of a difference. Significantly reduces performance, SSR, and that's very, very true. I have this off. Anisotropic filtering, I have this off as well. Sometimes I have it on per texture or on. This doesn't really change FPS that much. But I just have it off. Nvidia Reflex Ombless Boost, uncaps your FPS, very nice. Sharpen, this is personal preference. I used to have it on 0.1 because there used to be previous wipes where if you had sharpness off, you would lose a lot of performance, but they patched that. And everything else I have off besides the texture resolution. Yeah, everything here will reduce your performance, so I have everything off. MIP streaming. Says slightly increases performance. Tested out before. My system doesn't really boost, but I can try it again. Last thing, post effects. This is all personal preference, but something I do know is that clarity, if you have clarity to -100 or at 0, you'll get a lot more FPS than if it's even on. For some reason, clarity just tinks your FPS. That's probably the one that tinks it more than anything else here. Lumen sharpen, it tinks it a little bit, but I like how it makes my game look. So I have it on just a very small amount. This is all only going to work for certain monitors. This is my Nvidia control panel settings. Yeah, so it's going to look way different than what you put it on. Let's say I have the same monitor as me. I'll also use Riva Tuner. What this does, it allows me to keep on certain display settings for like gamma and saturation, stuff like that. There it is, there's my monitor, XG2431. There we go. So these are my settings for when I'm switching around Tarkov. Like this is normal. I'm outside for like night raids. This is what I have for night raids. And then I have just for other games, and when I'm just watching videos, it's really nice to be able to go between all of them. But yeah, it's pretty good software. It's pretty easy to set up. You make your profiles in this section. So you have to go to choose your monitor, go to customize, click the rainbow thing, and then you can save your profiles here and what looks good. And then you would go to, and then you go to launcher, and you hit this little plus thing, and then you click regular item. You can give it a name, you give it a hotkey, and then you hit associated color scheme, and then you can choose the saved preset. And then whenever you click R, it'll go to that color scheme. But yeah, that's pretty much everything else for like the easy and simple stuff. We'll get into more advanced things if you want to tweak that. I used to tweak it in previous wipes. They patched my old thing, or they actually brought it into the game. So I'm not really worried about this anymore, and I don't know if you can even change anything now. This might not even be my most recent one yet. No, just scroll all the way down to get to your most recent. But you want to go to your logs, you can go to this application one, and then you can double click it, and you can actually see all of your settings, and you can tweak them in here. And you used to be able to uncap your FPS before the uncapped was released. To save it, you just click file and go to save as. And then not save as, you just click file and click save. Oh yeah, but you can also come in here and you can clean all of this up. Just leave the most recent one. People say this boosts your FPS. I never see performance boost from this. If your game's glitching, just clear cache, integrity check. If you're having launcher options, you'd have to reinstall your game. It sucks. Sometimes it doesn't work and your game's just bugged. And most of the time, if you're having launcher issues, if you're having huge in-game stutters, if you're having super long load times, you just gotta reinstall it. I haven't had this issue in the past like 3 to 2 wipes, but definitely around a year and a half ago, I would have several instances where I'd have to completely restart completely reinstall my game. But we can get an average right now. We can see right now we're dipping to 107. We're staying highs of 120, average of like 115. I'll leave this raid and I'll turn on MIP streaming and I'll turn everything down and I'll come back to the spot and we'll see how the settings change and how the game looks. Okay. Turn FPS on. Spawn back in the same place. My game does not feel as smooth. Feels a bit choppy. My frames seem like they're about the same. Yeah, everything feels a little bit more choppy. I think about 10 average less frames. Yeah, MIP streaming is not the move. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, you can just comment. Let me know if you guys get any FPS boosts from this, because I know the first guy, he got a lot of FPS. I'm kind of curious if you guys get the same amount as him, or if you guys get less or more. From what I understood, he got 60 to 70 frames, and we went to a raid, he got about a 50 to 40 FPS increase. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got a good value out of this, and I'll see you guys next time.